All right, welcome everybody. So we're actually going to begin standing. So instead of sitting down, I want you to stand up. And you're actually going to have homework to do later in the day. I want you to stand. A little Tadasana meditation. So I want you to stand with your feet a little separated, feet hip width apart, so that you're not so closed in on yourself. So there's not a feeling that you have to squeeze your legs together, or you have to squeeze anything to stand. So actually just jump around a little bit, shake a little bit, move. Yeah, wiggle it out, get your sillies out. Good. Not a full Kundalini, shake, 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 but move a little bit. Good. And then start to find stillness. And I want you to just start finding your feet by pedaling your feet. So lifting one heel, shifting your feet from side to side, shifting your weight from side to side. Good. Pedaling out through the legs, letting the hips sway from side to side, letting your ribs start to move from side to side. Let your arms hang. Yeah. So our meditation posture, again, when we're seated, has this tendency to fit into what we think a strong seat should be like. But meditation is finding fluidness within form. Right? It's finding the fluidness of your mind, of your breath, of your consciousness within a solid form. So I want you to do that standing. So start to find your way to a still standing position, and where you are working from the bottom up. So finding your feet, lift and spread your toes. Good. And then release those toes to the floor. Nice. Try to feel the front edge of your feet. So rolling your weight forward towards the front of your feet, and then letting your weight slide back towards your heels. So not lifting anything, just moving your weight forward, moving your weight back so you can feel the whole foot. Good. And then find a place that feels like it's somewhere in the middle. Nice. And then same thing, I want you to bend your knees a little bit. Feel what it feels like to just bend and straighten and bend and straighten. And then I want you to find a place that feels like it's right in the middle. It's a little neutral. So it's not a locked knee and it's not a bent knee. Good. And then move the ribs just a little bit, again, forward and back. And then try and find a place where it feels right in the middle, where your rib cage is stacked right on top of your hips. And then find where the shoulders, hug them up towards your ears. So shoulder shrug and release, shoulder shrug and release. Again, heaviness, up and release. Completely let go, up and release. Up and release. Up and release. Good. And then just let the arms hang like they're literal weight. Doesn't matter which way your palms face. Just let your arms hang the way that they want to hang. And then draw the head slightly back, dropping the chin. So again, you're stacking the weight of the head right on top of the rest of your spine. Let your eyes close. And I want you to find yourself moving into that same breathing that you would do if you were in seated meditation, but do it here, standing. If the eyes have to be slightly open for balance, that's no problem. And I want you to stay in an upright position, but relaxed. And start to feel the breath as it moves, inhaling, following the breath down the throat, into the chest, into the belly. And exhaling, feeling the breath flow up and out. A chance to really feel the whole body being part of the breath. So the inhale, maybe you feel the way that it moves through your belly, through your back. Maybe it shifts your weight on your feet. Become aware of that. And exhaling, maybe you find that that shifts your weight a different way. So it's as though you are like a tree. You are standing still, but the breath moves you. You're doing nothing but just becoming aware. This is how the body feels. This is the container for the breath. And you're noticing that that idea of stillness comes with those subtle movements, the subtle flow. The arms are hanging. Continue to let the breath flow long and deep. And come into a little bit of ujjayi breathing. So you bring the exhale, make it audible. There's that gentle feeling of hugging through the throat so that your breath sounds like steam or the ocean. Keep the breath moving. Audible exhales. And let the body sway. Let the body move. Don't try to hold yourself still. Let the breath move you. And find that place that's in the middle again, where you feel your feet, hips stacked over heels, shoulders stacked over hips. It's brilliant when we are able to maintain our meditation when we are in our habitual seat. Can you stay in that state of inner awareness when you are standing, when you're walking, when you're talking? Take a couple more breaths, being comfortable in this being a meditative posture. Can you feel the air around you? Can you take in, with all of your senses, the experience of standing right where you are? And can this stance, right where you are, connect you to the entirety of the world? You feel your consciousness, your awareness expanding into the space around you. And can you hold in that space the experience of a much wider world? There's no categories. There's no thinking about what gets included in that space. It's just, can you go wider and wider and wider? You are standing in one place and you are holding the whole world inside. That space that is inside becomes intermingled with the space that is outside. And you are aware of all of it. And a deep breath in. A deep breath out, down through your feet. Send the breath down through your feet. And a deep breath in. Feel the breath flow up the body, through the crown of the head. And exhaling, the breath flows down the body, through the soles of the feet, even deeper, all the way to the center of the earth. And inhaling up through the body, through the crown of the head. And exhaling, flowing down the body, all the way down through the feet. One more breath like that. Inhaling up through the body, up through the crown of the head. Exhaling all the way down through the feet. And let your eyes float open. Just bring yourself any way you'd like down to the floor. Come into child's pose for a moment. Go on the knees. Knees can be wide or together. Drop the forehead to the floor. And again, a forward fold is fine too. I just want your head to come low. Folding forward. Good. The inner world, the inner space has the capacity to expand infinitely, to hold the outer space. And from your own standpoint, wherever you find yourself, you have the ability to connect to the whole experience of creation, not just humanity, the whole experience of creation. Bring yourself back up to sit. And let your eyes float open if they're not already. And so your homework later today or sometime this week, or both, is I want you to do a walking meditation. So that means, preferably outside, that you're going to walk with this full sense of mindfulness. So there's no thought of how many steps you're going to do. There's no Fitbits. There's no nothing that is consciously about the walking, right? The whole point is to meditatively be in the world outside and at the same time fully present in the world inside. So as you're walking, you're going to be moving like a snail's pace. It's fully conscious of here's my feet, each step, where is my weight settling? How is that going up my leg? How does that feel in my body? How does that feel in my mind? Where has my breath gone? And what's happening in the world around me, right? What's the feeling of the sun? What's the feeling of the air? What's the sound? What's the smell? What's the feeling of being in the world? And maybe even you hear something, you hear a cricket or something, you tune in on that and say, what is it like to be a cricket? What is it like to be in this world with this cricket? Right? You start to expand your awareness, your mindfulness to include not just your own beingness, but the beingness of other beings, right? You can do that with trees, you can do that with rocks, you can do that with literally everything that you come across. But I want that to be your practice, is that you're walking, there's movement, you're in the world, but you're staying fully present inside, right? I think most of you have either my email or text, and I can certainly leave it in the chat because I want to know how that you did it. So you're going to send me a message and you're going to tell me how it went. And so I'll put it in the chat in case you don't have it. But I want to know this week. You're going to do that walking meditation outside. You can't walk, right? I'm sure you can find the time, but even if you can't, being with other beings. Right? That's your meditation, is what is it like to be in the world with other beings and hold that. Right? Okay, so now finding your seat, whatever your comfortable seat looks like, feels like. Sticking a little bit this month with the routine of meditation and having the sort of traditions of meditation be what we're working with. So we're going to continue with a little bit of what I did last week and continue through the month. So start to find a comfortable seat. We're going to do some Kapalabati breathing, and then we're going to move into alternate nostril breathing, and then we're going to go into a more formal seated meditation. So find your seat. If you need a little tissue to blow your nose, make sure you have that. Kapalabati is exhaling through the nostrils, so it's a pumping of the navel. It's an exhale through the nose, then the inhale happens passively, right? So deep breath in wherever you are. Deep breath out. Eyes can be opened or closed. Breathe in about halfway, and then begin to exhale, 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 exhale. Good. Deep breath in. Pause and hold. Hold. All I'd like to, you can fold forward here on the end of that exhale. Also a deep forward fold. Again, it's sort of the tradition is the exhale to get the book. And then bring yourself back up and letting the breath return. Then we're going to do another round of so deep breath in, deep out. Breathe in about halfway and begin to exhale, exhale, exhale. Exhale, exhale, exhale. But it's not a forceful breath. The idea is that you are clearing stagnant prana, removing whatever has been stuck for too long, bringing a little bit of heat, waking up the mind, waking up the abdominals. Keep going. Good. Deep breath in. Pause and hold. Exhale all the way out. Again, forward folding if you choose, or staying upright. Neither one is right or wrong. And then walk yourself back to upright, please. And then we have one more round of Kapalabati. So go ahead and find your seat again. Deep breath in. Deep breath all the way out. Inhale about halfway. And then begin to exhale, 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 exhale. Relax your shoulders. Let the arms hang. All your navel. This is part of that being in the world, but being fluid. You can be active, but be soft. You can be conscious and be inclusive. Deep breath in. Pause and hold at the top. Exhale all the way out. Again, folding forward if you choose, or stay where you are. Right, your meditation practice doesn't begin just when you sit. Your meditation practice begins when you have the desire to meditate. So from that point onward, when that desire is recognized, that's when your meditation has begun. So everything you do from that point is part of your meditation. Walk yourself back up. Good. And then alternate nostril breath. You're going to bring that right hand up in front of you. And the extend pinky, ring, and thumb. Optional. Those middle two fingers can come to the third eye, or they can fold into the palm. Breathe in your breath. And then thumb to right nostril. Breathe out through the left. Good. Inhale through the left. Close off with the ring or the pinky. Exhale through the right. Inhale right. Close off with the thumb. Exhale left. Inhale left. Close off and exhale right. Continue like that. Breathing in one nostril. Exhaling through the other. Good. The Kapalabati breath moves the prana, clears the mind, and whatever has been sitting. Alternate nostril breath is moving that energy through the two main channels that wrap around your spine, that wrap around the Sushumna. It's equalizing. It's taking all of that energy that's now been released and it's balancing it right and left side. Whatever your habits are in your thinking, whatever your habits are in your mentality, your activity, this breath helps to bring it back into balance. Keep breathing, even if you've forgotten which breath you started on. Just begin again if you miss one. Remember, everything is part of your meditation. It's not that you breathe and then you sit to meditate. It's that you intend to meditate and your breath becomes part of finding that stillness. Already you are wrapping your awareness around that concept of how do I become fluid? How do I become still? How do I become open even though I'm still sitting right where I was a moment ago? The end of the next exhale through that right nostril. When you get there, release the hands down. Palms can be facing up, palms can be facing down. But let the arms be hanging weight. The breath is lifting through the spine, but the skin hangs. The arms hang, the shoulders hang, the legs are heavy. Only that central channel stays upright and awake. Can you feel yourself fully present inwardly? And can you allow that inner space to start to expand to include the entire world? Start small. The space opens out to include the room that you're in, the building that you're in, the space immediately around you. Includes your neighborhood. And everything in it, every squirrel, every cricket, every spider, every person. And you just keep expanding. Includes the entire state, the entire region of the country. Keep expanding the entire country, the entire continent. No thought about what is included there, just expand. The entirety of the oceans, every mountain, every little bit of algae, the sky. The space that you hold, the space that you are includes everything. And wherever you find yourself, this is true. Seat, whether it is on your actual seat or standing, this is true. Come so wide, you include the entire world and maybe beyond. Then connect again to the breath that is flowing through your own spine. Breathing it up the spine with the inhale, down the spine and beyond on the exhale. And then when the eyes remain closed, bring the palms together in front of the heart. Rub your palms. Rub, 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 rub. And steady the palms at your heart, thumbs touching the heart center. Imagine there just for a moment that there is a little flame, maybe a big flame, at your heart, any color. Jiva Atman, your own personal embodiment, your own personal soul, your little spark of the divine lives there. And it is forever expanding into that infinite space. So the more space that you become aware of, the greater it will expand. So bow your head to that, that never changes, never wavers, never leaves. And bring the thumbs up to the space between the eyebrows. Namaste, everybody. Thank you guys so much. Let your eyes float open. I will unmute you. You can tell me how that went if you'd like. Maybe I won't unmute you. I don't know. Yeah, I guess you unmute yourselves now. Go figure.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank
Very
you.
good. I appreciated trying the standing meditation. Never did that before.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's very important to try different postures. And the standing and walking meditations, I think, are so powerful for exactly that, because it teaches you how to kind of stay in that state when you're moving, because that's what's hard, right? Is we could get used to it seating. And it's like, as long as I'm in my meditation seat, I do great. But as soon as I have to get up and deal with people, on. So it gives you the chance to kind of move through that. I put my contact information in the chat. So if any of you don't have it, I think, Hetty, you're probably the only one who doesn't.
Okay.
But I want to hear how it goes. We're going to do your walking meditation. You're going to do that concept of you're sitting with holding the beingness of other beings, right? One or both of those things. You can do them simultaneously. But mindfulness, walking, being with other beings, tell me how it goes. It's your homework.
Thank you.
Thank you, Veronica.
Thank you.
I will see you guys soon.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.